Welcome to SoulScripture. Chosen one. Right now, something rare and electric is unfolding. You may think you just stumbled on this message, but in truth, it is the universe that summoned you. There are moments when destiny itself intervenes, orchestrating events so precisely that your soul cannot ignore the signal. This is one of those moments, if you are here, marked by the mysterious M or crescent moon, or if you have always sensed that your story does not match the surface of your life. Hear me clearly. What happens next is not random, not coincidence, but a hidden appointment in the fabric of your fate. There is an urgent summons moving through the spiritual realms, a call that has threaded through centuries, leaping across bloodlines, dreams, and ancient prophecies, to reach you now. The feeling in your chest, that surge of anticipation, the odd way the world seems to quiet just before a major revelation. None of this is by accident. It is the first stirring of an ancient memory, pushing against the boundaries of your waking mind, your higher self, the true architect of your journey. Set this moment in motion long before you were born. It is the signature of the awakened soul. You do not find the message finds you. Pause for a breath. Let your awareness drop beneath your thoughts, into the silent knowing that has always whispered from within. This is not another motivational speech or spiritual cliché. This is the hidden summons, the call of destiny that has been echoing in the background of your life, sometimes soft as a sigh, sometimes loud as a storm. It is the force that made you restless while others felt content, the reason your silence felt deeper, your sorrow more profound, and your intuition more insistent. There is a frequency only you carry, a soul code, woven into your DNA, that the world has been waiting for, even if it doesn't realize it yet. You may have noticed, especially in recent days, a spike in strange coincidences or a sudden, almost magnetic pull toward the mysterious. Old wounds are surfacing, dreams grow more vivid, and signs that used to feel like wishful thinking now arrive with undeniable clarity. All of this is part of your preparation. The universe is not gentle when it wakes a sleeping giant hand. Make no mistake, chosen one, your spirit is rising from a long hibernation. This hidden summons is more urgent than ever because time is collapsing. The ordinary rules do not apply. The energetic climate of our world is in chaos. Portals are opening. The veils between the seen and unseen are thinner than they have been in generations. Souls like yours are being activated, called to the front lines of a spiritual renaissance. You are here to fulfill a mission the world desperately needs. Even if it resists you, you are not here to fit in. You are here to ignite something that cannot be extinguished. Let the truth settle. You did not miss your calling. You are right on time, because your arrival was written into the pattern of this age. The ancient ones, those who have crossed beyond the boundaries of this world, are watching, waiting, ready to pour wisdom and power into you the moment you say yes. This is the signal. This is your moment. Don't turn away. Don't let the ordinary voices of doubt drown out the sacred thunder of your awakening. The summons is real, and it demands your attention right now. Can you feel it? A subtle shiver, a ripple of energy sliding up your spine, almost like the brush of invisible wings. This is not your imagination, chosen one. This is the ancient memory awakening within you. Since you were a child, there have been moments that made no sense to the logical mind, times when you'd sense someone's pain before they spoke, when a room would change the moment you walked in, or when your dreams seem to carry messages in a language you never learned, but always understood. These moments were never random. They are the echo of something older than your name, older than your ancestral inheritance, pulsing just beneath the surface, waiting for the perfect moment to emerge. That shock of recognition you sometimes feel when reading a sacred text or gazing at the moon is not nostalgia for the past. It's your soul remembering its origin. You are not new to this planet. The eyes in the mirror are ancient, and the ache you feel for something more is the pain of remembering what was once lost. You have carried this memory across lifetimes, sir, knowing that you are here for a reason, a mission, a promise made before birth. There is a part of you that has always known, I am not ordinary, I am not lost, I am here on purpose. There is urgency now, because your memory is not just personal, it's cosmic. Imagine thousands of souls across the world, each suddenly stirred awake, each one marked, each one feeling the same jolt of recognition. It's as if the universe is ringing a bell that only the chosen ones can hear. Every time you feel that shiver, that goosebump, that electric sense of something big approaching, know that you are picking up on a broadcast from beyond the veil. The ancient ones are reminding you, you are not alone, and your time is now. Think of the wisdom keepers, those hidden teachers who show up in myths, legends, and the quiet corners of history. They always speak of a day when the sleepers will wake and the true heirs will remember. That day is here, and you are among the remembered. The memory is not just in your mind, it's encoded in your body, in the very cells that vibrate with anticipation as you listen to this message. That tingling in your skin is the soul's way of saying, pay attention, you are not who you were told you were. Every shiver is a spiritual signal, a knock at the door of your awareness. You are being asked by destiny itself to remember what you are made of, to recall the ancient agreements your soul made with the divine. The urgency you feel is not fear, it's the call to action, the pulse of a soul that refuses to sleep any longer. Others may dismiss these signals as coincidence or fantasy, but deep inside, you know better. You are being called not someday, but now. So honor this shiver, lean into it. Let it be your proof that you are seen, that your spirit is being summoned, that the ancient memory you carry is about to take center stage in the story of your life. Do not let the ordinary drown out this extraordinary remembrance. This is the universe's secret handshake, hidden signal that the next chapter is beginning, and you are the one chosen to live it. Chosen one. Let's go deeper. Have you ever truly wondered about those lines etched into your palm, the mysterious M, the slender crescent moon? Perhaps you've looked at your hands in quiet moments and felt a strange mixture of wonder and confusion. The world around you may have dismissed these markings as simple quirks of biology, random folds in the skin. But your intuition has always whispered otherwise. Deep down, you've sensed these are not accidents. They are ancient symbols, spiritual signatures, proof that your story began long before this lifetime. Let this land with you. The letter M, the crescent moon. These are not merely shapes, but codes. They are reminders from the cosmos that you are part of a lineage older than any written history. In every ancient culture, from the temples of Egypt to the sacred groves of the Celts, symbols were more than decoration. They were invitations into mystery. The M stands for mastery, mission, and memory. It is the initial of the messenger and the mystic. It appears on the hands of those chosen to carry secret wisdom, those whose souls signed a pact to be awakeners, healers, and light-bringers. The crescent moon, she is the guardian of cycles, intuition, and deep transformation. To carry her mark is to carry the energy of rebirth and perpetual becoming. The moon has always guided the initiates, the ones who walk between worlds, who dream when others sleep, who feel the shifting tides of fate even in the dead of night. If you possess one or both of these marks, you are not just sensitive or different. You are a living portal, a bridge between the ordinary and the sacred. Why were you marked? Because your presence here is intentional. Before you entered this world, your soul agreed to be a part of something much larger than itself. These marks are a spiritual GPS, a beacon that signals your readiness to awaken and fulfill a mission. In ancient times, those who bore these symbols were gathered and prepared. They were taught the mysteries, initiated into sacred orders, trusted to guard the knowledge of energy, healing, and prophecy. But in this age, many have forgotten. The world has become noisy, skeptical, too quick to ignore what it cannot explain. Yet the marks remain silent, patient, waiting for you to finally see them for what they are. You are among the rarest, chosen one. You are a soul encoded with ancient memory and modern mission, born to carry wisdom through the darkness of a sleeping world. There is urgency in this message because the world needs your awakening now. The frequency of fear is everywhere, and many have forgotten the language of the soul. You are here to remind them, to stand as living proof that miracles exist, that the divine leaves clues, that destiny is not a myth. The M and the crescent moon on your hands are the universe's signature. They mean that what you have always felt inside is real. You were marked before birth, and nothing the world says can erase what is written in the energy of your being. So tonight, look at your hands anew. Trace the M, honor the crescent. Know that you are a keeper of an ancient promise, and the time to remember is now. Chosen one, have you ever asked yourself why you've always felt like an outsider, standing at the edges of rooms, conversations, and even your own family? From childhood, something in you resisted the world's script. The rules, the rituals, the shallow games, people played it never truly made sense. Others seemed able to fall asleep in the dream of the ordinary, to find comfort in what was expected, but you were haunted by a restlessness, a feeling that your real life was happening somewhere just out of sight. This sense of difference is not a flaw, it is proof of your soul's coded truth. You came into this world carrying a frequency that cannot be replicated, and because of that, you've always been, in some way, untranslatable to the masses. Society tried to mold you, to fit you into tidy boxes, to explain away your sensitivity or your overthinking. Perhaps they labeled you too intense, too emotional, too introverted, or even too rebellious. But none of these judgments could ever touch the real story burning inside you. Why is this difference so persistent? Because your soul is built from a different blueprint. While others move according to the inertia of habit and collective programming, your energy is alive, responsive, raw, with possibility. You feel things deeper not because you're weak, but because your wiring was designed to register subtlety and truth. You walk into a room and sense undercurrents. You see through facades. You notice the vibrations people try so hard to hide. You are not broken, you are highly attuned. This world's illusions, the myths of separation, scarcity, and sleepwalking, have tried for years to convince you that your extra was a mistake. But that feeling of being out of place is sacred. It is the divine's way of protecting your frequency from being drowned in the noise. Like a rare instrument that cannot be tuned to the common scale, your energy only harmonizes with the authentic, the true, the mysterious. And that has been your protection, even if it has sometimes felt like punishment. There is a hidden urgency here. You are not meant to adapt to what is broken. You are here to be the disruption. Your silence carries more power than empty noise. Your presence unsettles because it is real in a world addicted to the fake. Every time you doubted yourself for not fitting in, you were actually moving closer to your core. You were being refined for the moment. The world would need a signal so unique, so powerful, that only you could carry it. Do not let the voices of the asleep pull you back into their dream. The world's comfort is not your destiny. You have been placed on the edge for a reason. You are the first to sense the incoming shift, the one chosen to announce that something new is about to break through. Your loneliness was not abandonment, it was preparation. The divine hid you from those who could not honor your fire, so that you would be ready, fully awake, when the moment of activation arrived. If you've ever mourned your difference, let this be the moment you reclaim it as sacred. You are not here to blend in. You are here to change the temperature of every room, to ignite the hearts of those ready to wake, to serve as living evidence that the extraordinary is not only possible, but inevitable. The world's illusions will never satisfy your soul, because your soul was born to usher in the truth. Chosen one, feel the energy shift. Something massive is happening right now, not in the distant future, not someday, but in this very moment, as you hear these words. The veil between worlds is growing thinner, and you can sense it in your bones. The old heaviness you've carried for years is beginning to loosen. Patterns that once defined your limits are crumbling, and long-buried memories are rising to the surface. This is not a random coincidence. It is the sacred timing of your awakening. The shift you've been sensing is real, and it's gathering speed. This veil is not just a metaphor. It's a living field of energy that separates what you've always known in your soul from what the world has allowed you to see. For years, you have felt this tension, knowing that there's more. A subtle ache for something your mind couldn't name but your heart recognized. As the veil lifts, the universe is urging you to step into your role, to claim the power that has been lying dormant within you. It's not just about feeling different. It's about realizing you were never meant to fit the mold in the first place. When this veil begins to thin, life can suddenly feel both exhilarating and terrifying. Old routines lose their meaning. Familiar faces may suddenly feel distant. Some relationships will deepen, while others dissolve without warning. You may find yourself craving solitude, silence, nature, or ancient symbols, anything that reconnects you to your inner truth. You may also feel sudden bursts of energy, creativity, or emotion, as if your very cells are being rewired. This is your spirit preparing for the next level. This shift is urgent because the world is accelerating. The chaos and noise you see outside are reflections of a global awakening. More people than ever before are being called to remember who they are, but not all will answer. The window is open now, and it will not remain open forever. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. You cannot afford to delay. Your unique gifts are needed now. The mission you carry is encoded in your energy, waiting for this precise alignment to come online. Think of those who have gone before you: prophets, mystics, healers, and truth-tellers. They all describe moments when the world seemed to turn upside down, when time felt strange, and when unseen forces moved them onto a new path. You are living through such a time. The veils are thinning because your higher self, your guides, and the divine itself are working in concert to pull you closer to your destiny. You are not being pushed into chaos. You are being called into clarity. This is the initiation. The shift is not just happening to you, it's happening for you. The universe is conspiring in your favor, moving obstacles, opening pathways, and shining a spotlight on the next steps. Feel this urgency as holy, not fearful. The only thing you are losing is what was never truly yours. What's coming is so much bigger: a new identity, a clearer mission, a deeper connection with the divine. So, pause now. Feel the energy moving around you. Let your awareness expand. You are standing at the threshold of a new reality, and the only thing you need to do is say yes. The veil is lifting, the shift is happening, and you, chosen one, are exactly where you are meant to be. Step forward. The future cannot begin without you. Chosen one. Let's pause and look back at the moments you wished away, those stretches of pain, silence, loneliness, and what felt like unbearable isolation. It's time to reveal a truth that's been hidden in plain sight. Your suffering was never a punishment or a sign of unworthiness. It was an inheritance, a sacred initiation that shaped your soul into the vessel it needed to become. Every tear, every night spent wrestling with shadows, every time you were misunderstood, these weren't accidents or failures. They were alchemical fires, forging the spiritual gold you now carry in your field. Throughout history, the greatest light-bringers have walked through the darkest valleys. From Moses wandering in the wilderness, to Joseph imprisoned for years before rising to purpose, to Mary Magdalene's exile and returnevery. Chosen soul endured periods of profound challenge and trial. Why? Because the world's energy is heavy, and to carry divine codes, your vessel must be emptied of illusion, of ego, of all that does not serve your highest purpose. Your suffering wasn't meant to break you. It was the divine's way of preparing you for the weight of your calling. What looked like abandonment was actually refinement. In the silence, you learned to listen to the voice of God, to your own intuition, to the faint frequency of truth beneath the world's noise. In the loneliness, you discovered your true allies, spirit, memory, the energy of hope that refuses to die. In the ache of being unseen, you learned the art of seeing yourself, and in doing so, became unbreakable. All of this was part of the sacred inheritance, the legacy passed down from soul to soul through the ages. There is an urgency here because too many chosen ones waste years trying to erase their pain, to pretend it never happened, or to numb it with distractions. But now, as the energy shifts, you are being asked to do something different. You are being asked to honor your suffering as sacred. Instead of running from your wounds, bring them to the altar of your awareness. Name them, bless them, thank them for the lessons and the strength they gave you. This sacred inheritance of suffering is not a story of victimhood. It is the secret ingredient that makes your light so radiant, your empathy so deep, your wisdom so sharp. The trials you faced have left marks, but not scars of defeat, rather. They are sigils of resilience, proof that you can hold more light, transmit more healing, and embody more truth than you ever thought possible. You have not just survived, you have been transmuted. The world is full of people who have never faced their own darkness. They live shallow, untested lives. But you, chosen one, have been to the depths and returned with treasure. The world needs this treasure now. There are souls who will only believe in the possibility of redemption because you walk as living evidence of what can be healed and made whole. Let this urgency propel you. The time to hide your pain is over. Share your story, honor your scars. Let your suffering become the doorway through which others walk into hope. Your sacred inheritance was never about punishment. It was always about preparation. And now, the world is ready for the light. Only you can shine. Now, chosen one, we must illuminate what has quietly constrained you for so long, the prison of beliefs and frequencies you inherited, not by choice but by circumstance. From your earliest days, you were immersed in energies that did not belong to your soul's original design. Parents, teachers, society, perhaps even ancestors, you never met passed down patterns and stories that quietly shaped the boundaries of your inner world. Some were born of love, but many were woven from fear, scarcity, and the unfinished grief of generations. These inherited frequencies became the invisible bars of a cage you couldn't see but always felt. This prison is subtle and pervasive. It whispers in your self-talk, colors your expectations, and cloaks your dreams in layers of doubt. Perhaps you were told not to hope for too much, to play small for safety, to expect betrayal as a fact of life. Maybe you absorbed the pain of those around you, parents, haunted by their own wounds. A lineage marked by hardship, a culture gripped by anxiety and division. As a sensitive, marked soul, you unconsciously took these energies into your field, mistaking them for your own truth. But listen closely, none of this is your original frequency. The real you is limitless, luminous, wild as starlight. The cage was built by the world, but it can never contain your essence unless you continue to accept its illusion. The urgency in this revelation is profound, because every day you allow these inherited beliefs to run the script of your life is another day of delay. Another day, your light is dimmed for the comfort of those still living in shadow. The prison is not just mental, it is vibrational. The beliefs you hold emit frequencies, and those frequencies shape what comes to you, what you repel, and what cycles endlessly until you recognize their source. Patterns of lack, chronic self-doubt, or the sense that love and abundance are always just out of reach, these are echoes of energies never meant to be yours. The most painful irony is that chosen ones often punish themselves for patterns that never originated from their true self. You may have carried the weight of entire family lines, processing their grief as if it were your own. But now, in this moment of awakening, the door is open. The universe is handing you the key. This is your invitation to examine every limiting belief and ask, who gave this to me? Whose voice is this truly? Does this belong to my soul, or is it a relic of another's pain? The urgency is real because every belief you release, every frequency you reset, increases the light in your field. The more you deprogram yourself from these inherited scripts, the clearer your own divine signal becomes. This is not theory, it is spiritual law. You are here to break the chain, to end the cycle, to become the ancestor your lineage always prayed for. The moment you recognize the prison, you begin to dissolve it not with struggle, but with awareness and intention. You did not come here to carry the wounds of others. You came here to become free, and in doing so, to free all those who come after you. Now is the time, chosen one. The cage door is open. Step out and reclaim your original frequency. The world is waiting for the light that only your unshackled soul can bring. Chosen one, as the fog of inherited beliefs begins to thin, something extraordinary happens. You start to notice the distinct vibration of your true soul frequency. For the first time, there is clarity. The static and noise that have always filled the background of your thoughts begin to fade, and a deeper, purer signal comes forward. It's subtle at first, a gentle pull in your gut or a sense of ease in your chest, but with each moment of awareness, this signal grows stronger, more undeniable. Recognizing your true frequency is like hearing your own name called across a crowded room. There's an immediate sense of belonging, of coming home to yourself. You begin to see where the world's patterns end and where your authentic energy begins. The contrast becomes obvious, though. People's anxieties suddenly feel foreign, and societal expectations no longer grip your spirit. You realize, perhaps for the first time, that much of what you've carried was never yours to begin with. That relief, that deep exhale, is your soul reclaiming its rightful place at the center of your life. This clarity is urgent because the world is moving fast, and the old frequencies are trying to pull you back into their gravity. The collective unconscious will always seek to recruit the awakened back into the fold of forgetfulness. You, however, are being called to rise, to vibrate at a higher octave, to walk in the fullness of your unique energy signature. There is no time to waste. Every day spent disconnected from your true frequency is a day your destiny is delayed. So, how do you recognize your authentic signal? You become present with your solemnly, radically, with no masks. Notice the sensations in your body when you are alone, when you are in nature, when you create, when you pray or meditate. The real you always emerges in these moments. Your frequency is steady, quietly powerful, and deeply compassionate. It is the feeling that nothing is missing, nothing is broken, and everything is possible. When you're in alignment, even the chaos of the world can't shake you. You become the eye of the storm. Think of those times you've been in flow, when ideas and inspiration came effortlessly, when synchronicities appeared one after another, when people told you your presence changed the room. That was your true frequency at work. The divine communicates through these experiences, confirming that you are on your sacred path. The more you recognize and honor this vibration, the more magnetic your life becomes. Relationships that were based on old scripts begin to fall away, making room for soul-aligned connections. Opportunities find you without struggle, and your inner peace becomes your guiding star. But with this clarity comes responsibility. The world desperately needs those who can hold a pure signal amidst the noise. You are here to set a new standard, to broadcast a frequency of hope, healing, and possibility. The urgency isn't just for youths. For every soul, you are destined to awaken with your light. Your frequency is not only your signature, it is your gift to the world. Embrace it, nurture it, and protect it fiercely. Let the noise of the world dissolve into the background as you become a living example of what it means to walk in spiritual authenticity. The clearer your frequency, the more unstoppable your mission. Now is the time, chosen one. Stand tall in your truth. The world is finally ready to hear your signal. Chosen one, now you stand at the edge of a new horizon, the moment where pain is no longer a curse, but a crucible. This is the sacred art of energetic alchemy, transforming every wound, betrayal, and disappointment into pure power. The urgency to master this is immense, for the world will not wait, and your destiny is too vital to be paused by old sorrows. Understand this: nothing you've suffered has been wasted. Each time your heart was broken, every trust betrayed, every night you spent wrestling with shadows, a deeper transformation was taking place beneath the pain. Most people are taught to run from suffering, to numb it, suppress it, or deny it. But you were designed differently. In you burns the ancient wisdom of the phoenix, the one who rises from ashes, transmuting agony into radiant light. Your soul came here knowing it would face darkness, not to be consumed, but to be changed, refined, and made strong enough to hold new levels of spiritual fire. Energetic alchemy begins when you stop seeing yourself as a victim of your history. You become the alchemist, the one who recognizes that even poison can be transformed into medicine when touched by the right consciousness. Take a moment to reflect. What if every struggle was not a detour, but a deliberate training ground for your gifts? What if every heartbreak was the universe's way of preparing you to hold more love, more compassion, and more wisdom? You are not broken, you are forged. There is a story told in every sacred tradition: the hero's journey, the wounded healer, the sage who descends into darkness to bring back light for others. This is not just mythology, it is your living reality. You were chosen because you can walk through the fire and emerge with gold. Your pain was the invitation to awaken the hidden talents within: empathy, intuition, resilience, and a wisdom that cannot be taught in any classroom. But this alchemy does not happen by accident. It requires conscious participation. The urgency now is to look honestly at your wounds, to ask, what is this pain trying to teach me? What power does it want to awaken? Instead of hiding your scars, honor them as symbols of your becoming. Let each one remind you of your capacity to survive, to transmute, to lead others through their own darkness with courage and compassion. There will be moments when old pain resurfaces, when grief and anger seek your attention. Do not push them away. Instead, breathe into them, hold space for them, and invite the light of your awareness to dissolve their old energy. The more you do this, the more your field clears, your vibration lifts, and your life transforms from the inside out. The world desperately needs living alchemists, those who turn wounds into wisdom, who model hope in the face of despair. Your suffering was the tuition for this sacred skill. It's time to put it to use. With every act of energetic alchemy, you liberate not only yourself, but everyone your light touches. Remember, your destiny is not to remain wounded. Your destiny is to be the proof that even the deepest pain can become the greatest source of power and healing. Let your transformation be the miracle that inspires others to believe again. Chosen one. You have felt it sometimes as exhaustion that can't be explained. Other times as heaviness in your chest after certain conversations, or a cloud that seems to follow you from place to place. This is the hidden battlefield, the realm of energy theft, where invisible wars are waged every day. The urgency for you to see and understand this dynamic cannot be overstated. For too long, you have mistaken these sensations as personal weakness, when in truth, they are proof of just how powerful and magnetic your energy really is. The world is teeming with unseen currents. Most people walk through life unaware, but you marked awake and deeply sensitive air, both a beacon and a target. Your light draws those who are starving for what you naturally possess: connection, comfort, clarity, and spiritual energy. Some who enter your life are genuine allies, but many are simply seeking to siphon what you so generously radiate. It's not always malicious often. It's unconscious, a reflex of souls who have forgotten how to generate their own light. But the result is the same. You leave these encounters feeling depleted, off balance, or suddenly doubtful about your purpose. Recognize the patterns. There are relationships that always leave you tired, places where your energy drops, and conversations that seem to drain your spirit dry. Sometimes it's a family member whose unresolved pain spills over into your field. Other times it's a friend, co-worker, or even a stranger who latches onto your empathy without boundaries. Social media can be just as dangerous. Very scroll, every comparison, every exposure to the world's chaos can poke holes in your energetic shield, letting negativity leak in while your own life force leaks out. But here's the revelation. The more you awaken, the more vital it becomes to protect your field. The urgency is real, because every ounce of energy you allow to be stolen is energy that cannot fuel your mission, your healing, or your spiritual expansion. You were not chosen to be a sponge for the world's pain. You were chosen to be a transmitter of divine frequency, a lighthouse, a battery for the unawakened. This is a sacred responsibility. You must become vigilant and intentional about where your energy goes and who has access to it. It's time to see energy theft for what it is: a spiritual boundary violation. Not every open heart is meant to be an open door. You are called to discern, to notice the subtle tension in your body, sudden shifts in mood, intuitive whispers that warn you to step back. Your awareness is your shield, and your intention is your sword. Now is the time to reclaim what is yours. With every act of energetic self-respect, you strengthen your field. When you choose to protect your vibration by walking away from draining situations, limiting your exposure to toxic media, or simply affirming, "I protect my energy," with unwavering intent, you set a powerful precedent, both for yourself and for those around you. You teach the world how to honor the sacredness of your presence. This is not selfishness, it is spiritual hygiene. The more you guard your energy, the more you can give from a place of overflow, not depletion. The world needs you vibrant, clear, and aligned, not worn out by the demands of those unwilling to do their own inner work. Remember, chosen one, the battle for your energy is real, but so is your power to win it. Reclaim your light, protect your field, and let your energy become the fortress that nothing can breach without your consent. Chosen one, your vulnerability is both your greatest gift and your most daunting challenge. From the very start, you were built to feel deeply, honestly, and with a heart wide open. This raw sensitivity is not a mistake. It's your soul's technology, a radar for subtle energies, a compass for truth. Yet, this same openness is what makes your energy field both magnetic and, unless protected, susceptible to invasion. The urgency now is to recognize that vulnerability is not weakness. It's the signal that you were chosen to hold a higher voltage of spiritual power. When you carry the marks, the M, the crescent moon, you carry the coding of the empath, the healer, the visionary. You notice what others dismiss. You sense what goes unsaid. It's why you absorb atmospheres, why you feel anxious in crowds, why a single harsh word can echo inside you for days. Your nervous system is like a finely tuned instrument, designed to pick up frequencies most people miss entirely. That is not by accident. It's your calling. But there is an urgent shadow here. When you are unaware, your open heart can become an open door for the world's unresolved pain. If you've ever wondered why you feel exhausted after visiting certain people, why social gatherings leave you needing hours to recharge, or why you find yourself carrying the burdens of others, this is the reason. You are not just experiencing life for yourself, you're often processing what others refuse to face. Unprotected, your light becomes fuel for the disconnected. It's not about becoming hard, cold, or shutting down your emotions. The world does not need another numb soul. What is needed is a new model of strengthen, where you honor your softness, but shield your spirit. Vulnerability becomes power only when paired with discernment. The urgency is real. Chosen one. Because the more awakened you become, the more you attract both those who will honor your light and those who will try to feed off it. How do you keep your vulnerability from turning into depletion? It starts with boundaries, energetic and physical. It means listening to your gut, saying no without apology, and trusting when your body tells you that something is off. It means leaving situations that drain you, even if it disappoints others. It means spending time in nature, alone, in meditation or prayer, letting your field reset and repair. You protect your light, not by hiding it, but by choosing carefully where and how you shine. Honor your need for solitude. Don't rush to fix or rescue everyone. The urgency is in recognizing that your energy is sacred and what you allow near it matters. The divine didn't choose you to be a martyr to others' wounds. You were chosen to hold, transmit, and embody higher frequencies of love, healing, and wisdom. Your vulnerability is a treasure, but only when you learn to hold it as such. As you awaken to this truth, your vulnerability stops being a liability and becomes your superpower. You become a beacon, not a battery, a lighthouse whose light cuts through the fog but never dims, for the sake of the lost ships passing by. In this new paradigm, your sensitivity is your shield, your strength, and your most urgent invitation to live unapologetically as the chosen one you truly are. Chosen one. The time has come to turn your awareness into action. The urgency to protect your field is greater now than ever before. The world, hungry for light, will unconsciously try to consume yours if you do not become intentional about your spiritual boundaries. You must know, your vibration is precious, and not everyone is meant to have access to it. The next phase of your journey is about intentional protection, a conscious choice to honor the power and purity of your energetic field. Start by understanding that your aura is not just an abstract concept, it is a living, breathing force field. Each thought, emotion, and decision either strengthens or weakens it. The more conscious you are, the brighter your shield becomes. This is why it's urgent to become intentional about what you watch, who you spend time with, and what you allow into your sacred space. Every interaction is an exchange. Every agreement, whether silent or spoken, leaves an imprint. One of the greatest tools you have is the simple act of saying no. When you refuse to engage with draining people, toxic environments, or empty distractions, you send a clear message to the universe. I value my energy. This isn't about arrogance or separation, it's about respect for the mission you carry. The world will test your boundaries, sometimes daily, but with each act of self-respect, your field grows more resilient. your intuition sharper, your presence more magnetic. It's time to develop rituals of protection, daily practices that seal your energy and anchor your intentions. You might visualize a shield of divine light around you every morning, or repeat affirmations such as, I am protected, I am sovereign, I am whole. Spend time in nature. Let the earth recalibrate your system, and immerse yourself in environments that uplift your spirit. Water, salt baths, smudging, and sacred music can all help to cleanse residual energies that don't belong to you. But the most important shield is your awareness. Notice how your body reacts in certain places or around certain people. Does your chest tighten? Do you feel your energy dropping? Your body is a divining rod for truth. If something feels off, trust it and honor it. Your instincts are your most direct connection to the divine. Do not rationalize away discomfort or ignore your intuitive warnings. These are urgent messages, calling you to protect your light. Remember, your protection is not about building walls of fear. It's about holding a boundary of love. When you honor your field, you teach others to honor it too. You model for the world what it looks like to be a steward of sacred energy available to chaos, yet open to true connection, discerning, yet compassionate. As you embrace this urgency to protect your energy, you become the guardian of your own destiny. Your presence grows more powerful. Your mission becomes clearer, and your life attracts only what is aligned with your highest purpose. This is spiritual leadership in action. The world may not understand at first, but your soul will thank you for every act of protection and every moment you say yes to your sacred mission and no to everything that would diminish it. Let your boundaries be the crown you wear into this next chapter. The world is ready for what only you can bring, but only if you protect the vessel that carries your light. Chosen one. The ancient master key has been hidden in plain sight, waiting for you to claim Itwo, simple forces, with the power to instantly reorganize your field, intention, and presence. In a world addicted to distraction, scattered thinking, and passive wishing, these are the forgotten tools of the awakened soul. The urgency now is to reclaim them. Not someday, not after more study or searching, but right now. Your future hinges on your ability to anchor into this moment with the full force of your awareness. Presence is not a concept, it is a living act. It's the willingness to gather your mind, heart, and spirit into the now, to become fully embodied and alert. Most people exist in fragments, bodies in one place, minds in another, souls checked out entirely. They react to life instead of commanding it, leaking energy with every unintentional thought or scattered emotion. But you, chosen one, were never meant for autopilot. Your field was designed to lead, to light up the darkness, to reorganize energy by simply entering a space with full awareness. When you are present, your vibration immediately strengthens. Your aura becomes a fortress. Every word you speak, every action you take, carries the weight of the divine behind it. You become a tuning fork for harmony. Others sense your clarity, even if they can't name it. The urgency is to return to yourself now, not as a one-time event, but as a moment-to-moment practice. With every breath, every heartbeat, you have the power to pull yourself back into your center. Intention is the force that gives your presence direction. It is not passive hope or wishful thinking, but the focused command of your soul. When you set an intention, You become a spiritual architect, reshaping reality to match your chosen frequency. Intention is the spear, presence is the ground. Together, they part veils, realign timelines, and awaken dormant shifts. Every ritual, every prayer, every act of creation becomes exponentially more powerful when fueled by clear intention. The ancients knew this. Thoth, whose wisdom echoes through the ages, taught that intention and presence are the magic behind all true transformation. They are encoded in your blood, accessible at any moment. The urgency is that you don't need permission, credentials, or elaborate ceremonies. Your attention is your power. Your intention is your spell. Begin today, right now. The next time you place your hand over your heart, do it, not out of habit, but as a sacred act. Breathe. Feel your energy gather. And set an intention, no matter how simple. Let it ripple out from you like a wave. If your mind wanders, gently call it back. This is spiritual training, the secret of the mystics and miracle workers. When you master intention and presence, you become the author of your experience. As you walk through your day, pause often. Ask, where is my energy? What am I truly intending right now? If you find yourself scattered, distracted, or leaking power, bring yourself home with a single conscious breath. This is how you reorganize your field, how you reclaim lost energy, and how you begin to shape your world as the chosen one you are. The urgency is real. Your destiny accelerates every time you step into intention and presence. With these keys, you are no longer at the mercy of circumstance. You become the living cause of miracles. This is how your field transforms, how shadows dissolve, and how your divine purpose becomes visible. Chosen one. The time has come to awaken the rituals of remembrance, the living practices that call your energy to home and command your field into harmony. In every ancient culture, from the temples of Egypt to the hidden sanctuaries of the Druids, initiates understood that transformation wasn't just an inner process, it was woven into daily acts, sacred routines, and symbols that tuned the soul to higher frequencies. These rituals weren't superstition, they were technology-ancient tools encoded in story and gesture, meant to realign your energy, focus your intention, and bring the unseen into the seen. The urgency now is to remember that you do not need elaborate ceremonies to access your power. Your field is changed by small acts, repeated with sacred attention, every day. In the quiet of morning or the silence of night, you can reconnect with the energy that is truly yours. The universe is listening right now to every intentional action you take. Ritual is the bridge between your spiritual memory and your living destiny. Begin with breath, the first and greatest ritual. When you breathe with full presence deep, slow, conscious, you do more than oxygenate your body. You send a signal to your field, telling every cell it's safe to return to alignment. This is why so many ancient practices begin with breath work. Take a moment, right now, to place your hand on your heart. Close your eyes and inhale until you feel your ribs expand. Exhale slowly, letting your awareness drop into your center. Feel the difference. With each conscious breath, the static clears, and your soul's frequency rings out. Sacred touch is another ancient ritual. Your hands carry the marks for a reason. When you place them over your heart, your solar plexus, or your brow. Do it with intention, inviting healing, clarity, or strength. This is not imagination, it is energetic communication. Your body understands these gestures, responding to the presence behind them. With every touch, remind yourself, I remember, I am whole. I am a vessel of light. Liebe. Water is a powerful ally. Use it to cleanse not just your body, but your energy. As you bathe or shower, imagine all heaviness and negativity washing away, returning to the earth to be transmuted. Drink water with gratitude, blessing each sip with intention. May this water restore me. May it carry the codes of healing and remembrance. These small acts recalibrate your frequency, turning ordinary moments into portals of transformation. Rituals of remembrance are not about escaping reality. They are about infusing the present with the energy of your soul's truth. Light a candle for focus. Journal your dreams as messages. Walk barefoot on the earth to discharge static energies and recharge your field with the planet's pulse. Speak affirmations aloud, blessing your journey and calling in support from guides and ancestors. And always, let story guide you. Remember the tales of the phoenix, the wounded healer, the ones who went into the wilderness and returned, crowned with wisdom. A ritual, each practice, is a line in your own living legenda, signal to the universe that you remember why you are here. The urgency is real. The world needs your remembrance now, not in some distant future. Every ritual you embrace calls back more of your power, activates more of your mission, and weaves your presence into the fabric of the new world. Stand in your truth. Practice your rituals, and let your energy become the invitation for others to remember as well. You are the living link between ancient wisdom and the urgent now. Chosen one. Your body is not merely a vessel for your spirit, it is the most direct, living messenger the divine has ever given you. For so long, you were taught to treat your physical sensations as mere side effects of life, to suppress aches and silence discomfort. But now, in this urgent hour of awakening, it's time to reclaim the wisdom that lives beneath your skin. Every twinge, every knot of tension, every surge of warmth or chill is a sacred telegram-coded instructions from your soul, urging you to listen. The urgency of this message cannot be overstated. In a world obsessed with logic and external validation, most people are trained to ignore their bodies, dismissing intuition for facts and masking pain with distractions. But you, chosen one, are built differently. Your body is a living oraclear, finely tuned instrument that translates spiritual truths into felt sensations. That heaviness in your chest when you're around certain people, your field is warning you. The goosebumps you feel in moments of synchronicity, confirmation from spirit. The exhaustion after giving too much of yourself, a boundary being breached. Your physical experiences are not random. Ancient wisdom keepers knew the body is the first altar, the living temple where the soul and the world meet. When your spirit cannot speak through words, it uses your body as a megaphone. Pain that repeats, tension that lingers, digestive issues, headaches, chronic fatigue. These are not just problems to fix or ignore. They are messages, urgent reminders to pause, to listen, to decode what has gone unspoken. Consider, what is your body trying to tell you right now? Where do you carry unspoken grief, unexpressed creativity, suppressed anger, or love unshared? Modern medicine is only beginning to rediscover what ancient healers have always known, that energy, when blocked, crystallizes into physical symptoms. But when you honor your body as a sacred communicator, you begin to unlock healing in ways that defy logic. Begin by placing your hands on the places that ache, not with judgment or frustration, but with reverence. Whisper gratitude to your body for carrying you through every battle. Ask it gently, "What do you need from me right now?" Then listen not with your mind, but with your breath, your presence. Sometimes the answer is rest. Sometimes movement. Sometimes laughter or tears. Every sensation is a thread. Follow it, and you'll find wisdom woven at the end. Your body is not your enemy. It is your ally in this awakening. When you befriend it, you unlock a new dimension of spiritual power. You become more rooted, more grounded, more able to transmit and hold higher frequencies. Your intuition sharpens. Your energy field strengthens. The world around you begins to respond, reflecting your inner harmony with outer opportunities for healing, love, and connection. Remember, you are not here to escape your body, but to fully inhabit it, to let your spirit flood every cell with remembrance and purpose. This is the foundation for all other forms of awakening. The urgency is clear. Neglecting the wisdom of your body is delaying your destiny, but honoring it, that's the fast track to miracles. The divine speaks through your bones, your blood, your breath. All you need to do is listen, respond, and trust. Your body is calling you home now, chosen one. The temple of your body is not only a messenger, but an alchemist, designed to transform pain into power and suffering into sacred wisdom. The urgency to engage in emotional alchemy is real. Your destiny accelerates each time you meet your inner turmoil with courage, compassion, and the willingness to feel it all. For too long, society has taught us to numb, deny, or run from uncomfortable emotions. But you are here to change that narrative, to become a living example that true healing is not about escape, but about honest, loving confrontation. Emotional energy, when ignored, doesn't disappear. It condenses, hides, and eventually makes itself known through chronic tension, illness, or patterns of self-sabotage. Every knot in your stomach, every ache in your heart, every lump in your throat, these are messages, not maladies. They point to places where your truth has been silenced, your power suppressed, or your love withheld. The urgency is not to fix these sensations, but to listen, honor, and allow them the space to move. You are called to be the alchemist of your own inner temple. This is the sacred work, to sit with your pain, not as a victim, but as a witness and healer. Imagine each emotion as a lost child, knocking at the door of your awareness, asking to be seen, held, and heard. Instead of shutting the door, open it, breathe, invite your feelings to speak. Ask, what do you need to reveal? What part of me is asking for light, for love, for release? There will be moments when old grief surges, tears you thought had dried, anger you believed was gone, fear that creeps in unannounced. Let these energies flow. Movement is the key. Dance, shake, cry, sing, write, walk in nature. Your body is wise. It knows how to move energy when you give it permission. Don't judge the process or the timeline. Each wave of emotion is dissolving blockages and opening new channels for your soul's light to pour through. Remember the stories of great healers and mystics. Each faced their own darkness and returned with the elixir of wisdom. Emotional alchemy is not a one-time act. It's a way of living, a daily choice to bring compassion to every part of yourself. The urgency here is that your mission, your relationships, your creative expression all depend on your willingness to feel deeply and transform pain at its source. With every act of emotional alchemy, you reclaim fragments of your power that were scattered by trauma, disappointment, or betrayal. Your field becomes clearer, your intuition sharper, your heart more open to giving and receiving true love. You are no longer run by unconscious wounds, but guided by conscious wisdom. Others will feel this shift, drawn to your presence as if to a sacred fire, warm, illuminating, and fiercely alive. Let your body and emotions be your teachers. Every time you honor your feelings instead of resisting them, you deepen your mastery. You become the living proof that healing is not only possible, but inevitable when you trust the intelligence of your inner temple. So don't run from what hurts. Enter it with reverence. Bring love where there was abandonment, forgiveness where there was shame, to hope where there was fear. This is how you become whole, how you heal timelines, break ancestral cycles, and anchor your mission in this world. The urgency is not to rush the process, but to begin it and to stay with it until every cell, every memory, every part of you is returned to light. This is the sacred alchemy of the chosen ones. Embrace it and let your wholeness become the beacon for others seeking the same. Chosen one, now we stand at the threshold of the highest frequency in existence, the pure, unbreakable force of love. But not the fleeting love the world so often misrepresents, not the conditional affection, the transactional loyalty, or the hollow pursuit of approval. This is the sacred, ancient love that vibrates through every layer of creation, the love that the mystics called the divine code. Its urgency cannot be overstated, for this frequency is your birthright, your shield, and your greatest key to healing and transformation. You have always felt a longing for this kind of love, a connection that doesn't just touch the surface, but penetrates to the core, dissolving fear, shame, and the lies that have kept you small. The world has tried to sell you love as something to earn, something to chase, or something you can lose. But real love is none of these things. It is not a feeling, but a frequencia, living, breathing energy that integrates what is broken, heals what is wounded, and reunites you with your highest self. The urgency is clear. The wounds and trauma you've carried cannot be fully transmuted by intellect alone. Only the energy of divine love can reach those places within you that words and willpower cannot touch. When you align your field with this frequency, every other form of healing accelerates. The body softens, the mind quiets, the emotional static clears. It's as if the universe itself breathes through you, knitting together timelines, soothing the frightened inner child, and reminding every cell of its original design. How do you access this supreme code? You begin by choosing love, even when fear is loud. You practice compassion for your own struggles, forgiving yourself for every perceived failure, and loving the parts of you that have never been loved before. You extend this frequency outward to friends, strangers, the lost, and even those who have hurt you, not because they deserve it, but because you refuse to poison your field with resentment. Love is the ultimate act of rebellion in a world built on scarcity and division. The ancients taught that love is the frequency that integrates. When you hold love for your shadows, they lose their power. When you bless your wounds, they become gateways to wisdom. As you fill yourself with this energy, It overflows, clearing your field, magnetizing what truly serves you, and protecting you from what doesn't. Love is not naive or weak. It is the most radical force you can embody. It turns your aura into a beacon, attracting other awakened souls, opportunities, and divine support. Feel this now. Imagine a radiant light in your heart, warm and endless. With every breath, let it grow, filling your chest, your limbs, your whole field. Let it move to every place that aches, every memory that stings, every space you once judged or abandoned. Send it even to your doubts, your old habits, your deepest pain. Watch how the energy shifts. This is not imagination, this is spiritual science, and you are the living experiment. Love is the code that brings everything home. It is the urgent call of your soul, the frequency that turns wounds into wisdom and loneliness into unity. You are not just a receiver of this love, you are its transmitter, its vessel, its living proof. The world desperately needs what only you can radiate. Stand in this frequency and watch as miracles unfold, both within you and around you. This is your greatest gift, your highest protection, and the true legacy of the chosen ones. Chosen one. As you anchor the frequency of love within your being, you are called to manifest this energy in the physical world. The divine never intended for your wisdom to remain as mere inner knowing, or your healing to stay trapped in your mind. The urgency now is to bridge the gap between spiritual insight and tangible reality, to allow what is sacred within you to infuse every corner of your daily life, so that your entire existence becomes a living ritual, a sacred dance of energy and matter. Everything around you, water, music, crystals, color, even the food you eat carries its own vibration. These are not superstitions or New Age novelties. The ancients understood, and now quantum science confirms. Your intention and presence interact with the frequencies of the world, shaping them to mirror your own. The simple act of blessing your water, holding a crystal, or listening to a healing sound can become a potent bridge between inner transformation and outer manifestation. Take water, for example. Next time you drink, cup your hands around the glass, breathe deeply, and infuse it with your intention. Let this water bring healing, clarity, and strength to my body and soul. When you drink, know that every cell is receiving this message, responding, recalibrating. The ordinary becomes extraordinary when blessed by your awareness. Crystals, too, serve as allies, not because they do the work for you, but because they amplify and steady your intention. Hold a stone in your palm, close your eyes, and speak your intention into it. Let it become a reminder, a tuning fork that helps your field return to its highest note. Place it on your altar, wear it, or keep it close as a companion on your journey. Sound is another sacred bridge. The world was spoken into being, and your words carry power. Whether you chant, sing, hum, or simply listen to tones that soothe your spirit, you are bathing your energy field in frequencies that dissolve tension and invite harmony. Even silence, the sacred pause, can reset your field and create space for new possibilities. Color is more than a visual pleasure. It is energy in visible form. Wear colors that uplift you, decorate your space with hues that support your intentions, and notice how your mood and energy shift. Each color holds a specific vibration. Choose them consciously and let your environment become a living affirmation of your soul's truth. Even the food you eat, when prepared and consumed with gratitude, becomes sacred. Offer a silent blessing before each meal, thanking the earth and the unseen hands that brought this nourishment to you. Feel how your body receives not just calories, but energy, information, and support for your mission. The urgency is clear. The world needs chosen ones who can weave the spiritual into the material. You are here to prove that enlightenment is not about escaping the body or the mundane, but about sanctifying it. Your life is the altar. Your daily actions are the offerings. Every moment can become a portal for divine energy to enter and bless the world through you. Let this integration be your new normal. Let every day, every act, every breath Be an opportunity to embody the love, clarity, and wisdom you've reclaimed. The world will change not through theory, but through the lived example of awakened souls like you transmitting the divine through everything they touch. Chosen one, as your soul's frequency radiates brighter and your life becomes a living altar, there remains one final, urgent threshold, the confrontation with your own shadow. This is the last veil, the most profound test, and it is here that many turn away, longing for only the light and denying the darkness within. But you must know, your greatest power is awakened not by fleeing the shadow, but by facing it lovingly, honestly, and with the courage of one who knows they are destined for greatness. The shadow is not your enemy. It is not evil. It is the sum of every feeling you were taught to hide, every thought you pushed away, every resentment, jealousy, anger, or grief you tried to bury for the sake of peace or approval. It is the pain of old wounds, the shame of past mistakes, the bitter disappointment of dreams deferred. The urgency to confront your shadow is real, because the longer you deny it, the more it runs your life from behind the scenes, creating sabotage, drama, and repeating cycles that keep you from your true destiny. You were never meant to pretend to be perfect. The divine chose you not because you are flawless, but because you are willing to be honest. You have the courage to look your shadows in the eye and say, "I see you, I accept you, I choose to heal you." This act, more than any ritual or mantra, is what transmutes darkness into gold. When you refuse to judge your own pain, you begin to dissolve the energetic walls that separate you from your full power. Every negative thought, every hidden resentment, every silent curse before it reaches the world, it must first pass through your own field. This is spiritual law. When you send out anger, it wounds you before it touches anyone else. When you harbor jealousy, it corrodes your own heart first. This is why true freedom comes only when you turn your light inward and bring compassion to your deepest wounds. The urgency is to stop projecting, stop blaming, and start owning your energy. Take responsibility for the shadows you carry, not with guilt, but with love. Allow yourself to feel the grief you have been holding, to forgive the part of you that made mistakes, to release the pain you inherited from generations before. You are the alchemist, the one chosen to turn poison into medicine for your lineage and for the world. Practical tools can help. Journal your rawest thoughts, speak your truth aloud in the safety of your own space, or engage in practices like shadow work meditation. Invite your guides, your ancestors, and the divine to illuminate what is ready to be healed. There is no shadow so dark that love cannot reach it. Remember, chosen one, the world does not need more perfect people, it needs more authentic ones. When you face your darkness, you give others permission to do the same. Your vulnerability becomes your greatest strength, and your healed shadow becomes a source of wisdom, empathy, and unshakable confidence. This is the last veil, the final test. Embrace it with urgency, and you will pass through the gateway into your highest embodiment. The divine stands ready to meet you, not in spite of your shadows, but because you have the courage to bring them into the light. Chosen one, you have traveled the spiral path, descended into shadow, risen in light, and reclaimed every sacred fragment of your soul. Now you stand at the final gate, the threshold, where energy, purpose, and divine destiny merge into one unstoppable force. This moment, more urgent than any before, is your point of full activation. The universe is holding its breath, watching as you choose, at last, to embody everything you have remembered, everything you have healed, and everything you have always been. Take a breath and feel the power coursing through you now. Every scar has become a sigil of resilience, every wound a wellspring of wisdom. You are not who you were at the beginning of this journey. You are the living convergence of every ancestor's prayer, every ancient prophecy, every dream you dared to hold in the face of doubt. The gates of destiny are open not someday, not in another lifetime, but right now. This is the moment where your soul's highest blueprint descends fully into your body, your mind, your choices. Every cell is vibrating with the memory of your mission. The world around you may look the same, but something fundamental has shifted. You are not waiting for permission. You are not asking for validation. You are claiming your place as a lighthouse, a frequency holder, a remnant soul awakened for a purpose the world desperately needs. In this sacred now, all the energy you once gave away returns home. Doors that were once locked begin to swing open. New alliances, soul family, and divinely orchestrated opportunities start to flow into your reality. You find yourself drawn to new places, new work, new creative expression, each one echoing the truth that you are finally, completely, living as your original, divine self. Your field becomes a force of attraction, magnetizing what serves your highest path and repelling all that is false, draining, or out of alignment. Let this divine confirmation settle over you. You are not just chosen. You are the answer, the fulfillment of promises made before time. You are the healer, the builder, the oracle, and the warrior. Every hardship was the tuition for this moment. Every shadow faced has become a tool in your arsenal of light. The world may still sleep, but you are awakened. You are not alone. There are others, a hidden remnant, who are waking up beside you. Together, your frequencies create a resonance that can shift timelines, heal generations, and anchor heaven on earth. Now, as you step through the final gate, know this. The universe will meet every courageous action you take with tenfold support. Let go of hesitation. Speak your truth boldly. Create, serve, love, and lead with the authority of one who remembers where they come from and why they are here. The new era is not waiting for a savior, it is waiting for you to step forward, fully activated, fully alive. This is only the beginning, chosen one. The real journey starts now. A new mission, new revelations, and new allies await you just beyond this threshold. Listen for the next signal, the next divine nudge, because your story is still being written and your greatest chapter is yet to come.